Firstly,
Yeah,
writing a novel first as a short story is an excellent idea. Definitely do that. That is such a good way to take your characters on their full emotional journey quickly, but at least you can see where they end up. Because for me, like, it's why I write films and books, because I think the ending is so important, because that is your final thought. Um, do you know what? I'm going to be super basic. 25 chapters out, 25 chapter headings, just one, two, three, four, five, and break your story down and put it into those 25 and move it around a bit. And like, and it might be that it comes out at 30 or more than that, but like really just be super basic. Go for like a little paragraph per chapter, then build it up. More is happening in each chapter. And like and then at a certain point, you know where you're going and you can start writing and you can make that prose beautiful because you know where you're going. Like hammering out the plot and hammering out the story is your nuts and bolts. So there's something I struggle with prose is holding the story and the plot and the nuts and bolts on my head while keeping the prose funny and the characters light and like in the moment. And so plot with this first and then let yourself have fun with this. But like it's just a spoonful at a time. Like
mhm.
I know novels feel really big, but just like work it out. 25 chapters is no bad place to start. You'll add them, you'll move them around, but like once you give yourself a spine and like a first pass at it, it will seem more doable. And do you know what? I use the story beats. I use the Save
Mm.
the Cat story beats for books because it's the same basic ingredients of telling a story. It doesn't matter how ugly it is when you start. By the end, it will be beautiful and polished. But it's fine for it to begin so basic, so ugly, such a mess. Because as well, if you've written it as a short story first, you know the tone, you know the color, you know how it looks when it's well edited and well done. And so just hold that short story in your head while you're doing this super ugly 25 chunks.
I don't have much to add to that other than when you're saying that, you end up feeling detached from the story and the characters and giving up. Then is it a case of do you need to get to know your characters a little more and the ripple effects of their actions? Because obviously in a short story, it's very focused. A novel does go a bit wider,
Yeah.
as their actions create more consequences and pull others in at times. So maybe it's a case of just going, let me get to know my character a little more. And I'd say follow Nat's advice of trying to beat the thing out because it can change and it can alter, but you're getting stuff onto the page so that you can really think about it. You're not going to get anywhere while it's just in your head.
No,
Um, so just
no,
trust that
Mark's right,
rewriting.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think characters in prose can be so much more nuanced than they are in your script. And not that characters in film and TV aren't nuanced, it's just some of that nuance is going to come from the actor
Yeah.
coming in and getting on board. Whereas in prose, I think your characters can be more inconsistent. And because
Mm,
you're in the head of at least one of them, I think they can be really complicated characters. And so Mark is right, like really, really get to know those characters. And that will always be the engine that powers your story. And
mm,
character is fate, Thomas Hardy said. So
mm,
your characters' personalities will dictate the plot and will dictate the
mm.
way the story goes.